One of the world's greatest enigmas is the famous Piri Reis map from 1513. When it was found in 1929, it caused a real international sensation because the 16th century map presented incredible details that were not yet discovered at that time. What is surprising about this map is that it shows the borders of Antarctica, namely without ice. Researchers have found that the entire coast of Antarctica on the Piri Reis map was described perfectly, but before this continent was covered with ice, so more than 6,000 years ago. But today we will not talk about this topic, but about another, less discussed by specialists in mysteries. Thus, the Piri Reis map has a defect that cannot be explained in any way, which does not seem to correspond to the rest of the picture. It shows only the eastern coast of Cuba, the entire western part being missing. Instead, on the western side is attached something that cannot be Cuba and is twice the size of the Caribbean islands today. It is obvious that Piri Reis had problems with the island of Cuba because he gave it the wrong name, Hispaniola. Christopher Columbus did not christen Cuba Hispaniola, but he called its neighboring islands, Haiti and the Dominican Republic, Hispaniola. How did he get this glaring mistake on an otherwise perfect map? It is possible that Piri Reis used a very old map on which Cuba was drawn completely differently than it is today, but that he also had a map of Columbus. The mistake regarding Cuba could have arisen from a confusion between the map of Columbus on the one hand and the old map of unknown source on the other. But what appears on the original ancient map, which could very well have come from the Library of Alexandria, instead of Cuba? How is it possible that someone like Piri Reis could have made such a mess of the Caribbean island of Cuba and instead reproduced the coasts of Antarctica so accurately? Without a doubt, something else must have appeared in the unknown original, perhaps a large island. Could it have been Atlantis? Our current level of knowledge is not in a position to answer this question,